We had the pleasure to hear the keynote from Dr. Łukasz Tync about human versus AI, who defeat the VUCA beast. And let's gonna talk about how he's the CEO of Flask One and Sinapi. And let's gonna find out how Flask One and Sinapi help corporate customers to manage them team tasks and business application in chaotic environments. So it's like a part 2 from the first keynote. So have a round of applause for Dr. Łukasz Tync.
Hi. Gosh, I thought the morning one was a challenge actually, because I was so nervous, but now this one seems to be also a challenge. First of all, great content before me, and then it looked also that I'm pretty 1980s, like VUCA, because I've heard Eva talking about her when she was, I think, 15. She was saying that she had Snapchat or some other portals. You know, when I was 16, we got the first computer with internet connection to our high school. And then the only web page we could actually imagine or think of to find was Playboy, unfortunately. Not sure if you remember, but it was in our high school class. No, we just could think of Playboy as the only web page which was available at that time or which we were actually interested in. So this is how 1980s I am. And also my technology this time is also pretty old. That's why I'm using, actually, Tomasz used my magic black box. That's why you are now enjoying cookies. Because now I will be also talking a bit about the shit cleaning, about the very basic stuff. Like in the morning, I was trying to explain a bit about VUCA itself and my advice how to embrace VUCA, how to be prepared for that more generally. VUCA meaning volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity. I think I also forgot to mention to extend this abbreviation in the morning. Again, I was expecting this to be visible. And now I wanted to kind of take it to the basics. So what we do, first of all, to be more resilient, we have more than one company actually and more than one brand dealing with B2B. So I'm like an entrepreneur since over 20 years, mainly working with business applications, with corporate worlds, so kind of balancing between corporate worlds, entrepreneur worlds, and academia, because I'm also like researcher. I did my PhD also related to VUCA. So that's why actually VUCA and B2B became kind of theme for all topics we deal with. And now, first part is actually Sinapi. Sinapi is a business application governance company where we help companies to do shit cleaning. I mean, we help companies to actually manage their IT services within business applications. And it usually brings a lot of challenges. It usually brings a lot of crises, fires. And this is where we need actually the resilience. We need lots of skills to manage and to help companies to build with. Yeah? But unfortunately, this is not the topic which companies like to talk about. Generally, if you are in operations, especially ERP or business applications, it's better if nobody remember about you. So if I have a governance call and nobody come in, it means it's fine. Yeah? So the more people is in, the more funny discussion might be. But actually we have a dedicated team of service managers knowing properly the specifics of business application as well, because it's just an intersection of IT and business application usually, and business processes. And this is the challenge. This is not just purely IT. Again, IT or technology is a tool, but we also need to properly support the business. So this is the Sinapi part. In case you work with business applications or ERPs, I hope we can talk. And then moving to Flask. Flask One is actually a kind of spin-off which we built a few years ago. Again, VUCA is here because we are addressing task management in very volatile environment. What does it mean? If you have a team of specialists, like in either engineers or IT guys, or in advertising agencies or digital agencies, you have a team of people who have very different, very diverse skills, from one hand. From the other hand, you have tasks which maybe seem to be similar, but at the end, the same task may one time take 15 minutes, another time 2-3 hours. And then try to schedule it, try to actually plan something. The plan, well, planning is good. Plans are usually obsolete almost in the moment when you build it. So what we did, and we did it actually first for one customer, we tested it some time ago. We've built the algorithm which is doing it on fly, meaning that every time you actually check the plan, you see the new one. It adapts to the situation, it adapts to best possible, it adapts in the way that it uses your team, skills of your team, in the best possible way. So again, it's like a surfing on the uncertainty wave, because you make the maximum of capacity, of skills of your team in particular moment. This moment may change. The situation in the team will change. At 8 o'clock, you assumed certain person will finish the task in 1 hour. At 10 o'clock, this person still works on the other task, and your plan has to adapt. So this is what we do in Flask One. This is one element why I'm actually connecting, or I'm referring to VUCA. The other one is that we also use the kind of resilience approach in the go-to-market. We have actually 3 pillars based on which we want to build our position. From one side, we build the standalone, pretty minimalistic application, which can be used for somebody who wants to resolve this particular problem, but not necessarily needs to have lots of additional functionality. But on the other hand, we are open to cooperation with partners or with additional systems. That means that we've built a superpower backend, actually addressing this particular problem, and then we can implement it in different solutions. The same problem is actually visible, is present in many different industries, like engineers have it, IT guys, they face it. Creative agencies, they have it also. Each of them claims they are unique, their business is unique, so they need to somehow pack it differently, but the problem is they're the same, and we have the solution. That's why, besides of the standalone version, we also open for integrations. From one hand, we are working with partners to actually use the white label solution to pack it for particular industry-specific versions. So let's say if you work with architects, you can have your own labeled version of the tool, designed and named with naming convention which architects will understand. On the other hand, we are also integrating it with other tools, like with Jira, for example. So if you have a team of IT guys working with Jira, we are actually building now the extension for Jira, where you could use the Flask One superpower in Jira only. So you don't need to go to the additional application, you just connect, you download the application, the extension from Jira, from Atlassian Marketplace, and then you can use it in Jira. So these are 2 topics, 2 big projects which we are actually working now. There will be soon another one. This is also, let's say, my own VUCA philosophy. We have, besides of focusing on a single topic, I'm building actually a group of companies, group of brands dedicated for, again, VUCA and B2B. These are the 2 solutions. So the third brand will be related to IoT and AI on the edge. So in case, for example, you are dealing with bigger networks or with green energy, then that's also something where we can work together. And I think that's all. I hope this was quicker, but like I said, I think this was even a bigger challenge than the previous one, and Tomasz is helping with making it sweeter. And there is a lady with red, thank you, but there is somebody interested in cookie. Yeah, so just to remember, for you to remember both our brands, you can see them on cookies. Any questions? Then thank you very much.
Thank you, Łukasz. Susanna?